another tutorial here. I had a good artist buddy of mine attempt to do a lattice floral. I don't know how he did it. I don't know what he did as far as the applying the tape to the painting. Okay, all I know is that when he peeled the tape off, it's supposed to be one strip at a time, everything came off. And there were a few things that he miscalculated, but I'm gonna try to help him and others out with this. What you're looking at right now is a 9x12, it's a canvas pad. Okay, it's just a thin canvas sheet. Okay, the tape that you see crisscrossed around it in triangular patterns or diamond shape pattern is literally 1/2 inch tape. Okay, and they're spaced wide because my art buddy did the floral with the tape on it, so it's like the flower is actually behind the lattice. All right, so I will pretty much attempt to do pretty much the same thing. All right, now there's no medium on this yet. There's nothing, it's just a pure canvas and the tape. You can do a background and then apply the tape once the paint dries. That's really up to you. Okay, that's really what your preference is. All right, okay, I am going to coat the paper with a thin layer of glycerin so I can get a background going here. All right, okay, and I'll just, it's a thin one, it's a very small sheet of paper. All right, so this one bit of actually no, it's not. I'm gonna need another little wipe of glycerin here. There. Now, once I apply the glycerin, if I feel I have too much on, I can take a paper towel and just wipe it off. All right, but believe it or not, trust me, it's just right. All right. This is not paper. This is actually a canvas. All right, but it's just a thin pad. Believe it or not, yes, it is 9x12. Okay, all right. So we got it coated fairly well, and it's pretty thin layer of glycerin on that. And we're gonna just do a background here. I am really feeling orange and yellow today. So we're going to the yellow here. And we'll pop the yellow here on the bottom, right around in here, okay? Strictly background stuff. Kind of bright. Just throw it in there. Obviously the glycerin will kind of, you know, blend and melt all this stuff in. All right, without even batting an eye, we're adding orange. Two of the most transparent, translucent colors, okay? Usually I will pop a little bit of white in there to kind of pump it up a little bit, but not today. It's such a small sheet of paper here. All right, and we're gonna get some more orange and just finish out up here. And I'm kind of slapping it on there kind of quickly. Once again, this is the background, so I really wouldn't put, you know, too much into it, considering there's going to be pieces of whatever paint, other paint laying on top of this. All right, so it's all right. It looks like a nice little bright sunny day of some sort. All right, use up the rest of this yellow. I'm only using like little dots of paint. Okay, so I'll just kind of use up the little dot of yellow here. Just like that, pour it right into the orange. Let it stick out, stand out a little bit there. Just like so. All right. So we got a nice little gradation of orange and yellow together. All right. Which would provide a beautiful contrast for the bushes and whatnot that will be shown through that. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a little bit of green and blue together. Just gonna mix the green and the blue together, just for a nice little dark base. I'm not gonna really entirely mix it. All right, but I'm gonna just take this. We'll kind of swirl it around like this, like you're trying to handwrite, but it's failing. Okay, like just like that. And we'll just come in here and just kind of do little crazy things like this. Just kind of, doesn't matter if it's lighter or the paint's light or dark, because we're gonna add stuff into this. Okay, it's gonna be a little more deep toward the bottom, a little thick toward the bottom here. Okay, and we have a little action here, a little deeper color down the bottom. You can have little pockets of orange or whatever peek through that. Just something like this. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get a little touch of white into this mix because I want one kind of in front of the other. So we'll just use a little bit of a lighter shade of this greenish blue. I might tap a little more blue in this. Okay, and we'll like make it a little higher up here somewhere. Just kind of throw it around. All right. So it's a different type of bush here. And once again, a little thicker down on the bottom. Give it a little depth down in here. And block it in fairly well, like that. And I won't do no more with just that. Okay, all right. Now I have to use brushes that are conducive to the size of the paper. This paper is not very large. All right, so this 1/2-inch brush is huge compared to what you're looking at here. Okay. But what I will do is soften up these edges, make them blur a little bit. I'll take a tiny, soft-haired fan brush. Okay, and I'll just kind of come over here and kind of mist some of this stuff out like this. Just kind of make some of it kind of light and airy, just to kind of denote that it's a little bit in the background there. So we'll kind of blur that out a bit. All right, we'll probably kind of mush around and kind of fade some of it. It's just kind of blurring out the edges there. Just keep it a little soft. I don't want nothing too, just like that. Kind of blur it out a tad. Just kind of rub it and take away some of those hard edges up there. Just like that, just kind of blur it out. You take a small mop brush and just give it a kind of a nice circular motion back there, just to blur it out even more. So when we add the foliage back here, it'll kind of blend out. Let's blend out some of these, and it'll help put it in the background a little more. Not all of it, but just a little bit. Especially up around here, you just want to kind of soften that up a little bit. Okay, just like that, nothing serious. All right, let's take I want to take just a round brush, or a what you would call a rigger brush, or a liner brush. It's not the super long script liner, but you know, it's a regular liner brush here. We're gonna go into a little bit of water, no glycerin, just water. I'm gonna go back into, let's take some regular sap green here. All right, put it in some water. And I think I'll use a little bit of, we'll start the darker color. We'll mix some blue in with this this green. All right, it's actually phthalo green. It's not sap green, my bad. It's phthalo green. We're mixing blue and phthalo together. I'm getting a little bit of water. Thin the paint out just a tad. And we're gonna act like we're writing in cursive, but with the handle this far away. All right, we're gonna come up here. Okay. And just act like you're writing, like this. See this? And you're gonna get the kind of the look of just little swiggly bits of leaves and and whatnot going on in there. Okay, but there's something I'm going to show you as I'm doing these. Because remember, we still got glycerin on here. Okay, come on out here, add some dark patches, wiggle it around like this. Okay, try not to really, don't take such an excessive amount of time doing it. Make it kind of haphazard. All right, and we're just working with this color for right now. But look at, see the look you're getting? Okay. Oh, we'll kind of pop some of that darkness up around here. Now, this is what we call accidentals. All right, you're telling it where to go, but as you're wiggling this brush around trying to do cursive lettering, it's kind of making its own little wiggles and things like that in it. You don't know how it's going to really turn out. You know, you're just going to have different variations of tones and squiggles and stuff like that going on with all of this. Your eye puts it all together as just loose foliage. See, I don't want them too focused in, so I'm just going to tap and soften some of these guys. Just kind of tap it softly. You still keep the squiggles in there, but they're being blended, a little bit blended out there. Okay, like that. Just blend some of those out, fade them out a little bit. And you're just tapping. Okay, you don't have to do every single one of them. All right, let's just go into some blue, some deep blue. I'm not going to add no water to it. It's going to be particularly dark, and you once again just kind of just do the little squiggles. Okay, and you're really looking for differences in hue, and tone. This bush is closer to us, so it's going to be darker. You're painting on top of the tape, it's all right. This blue and that green are they're tone-wise, hue-wise, shade-wise, they're somewhat similar to each other. Okay, it takes blue to make green, so they're in relation to each other. You got me? All right. So you got a primary and secondary color next to each other here. All right. It actually takes one to make the other, basically. That's what I'm hinting at. All right. And we're just getting different tones in there. Okay. I can take a little touch of water. I'll just go over here where this green is and go back into the blue. More blue than this green. I still want the tone fairly dark. And we'll just kind of add our little bits, once again, our little bits of love in there. Just wiggle around. Coming down toward the bottom, you really get those squiggles in there. You need something, once again, pretty dark to emphasize that it's you got a lot of shrubs down in here. You paint over the tape. Okay. Paint over the tape. Just like that. Now you just got a nice little mass of a bush here. But we're gonna do some extra things with it. Don't worry. Don't try to make it overly pretty. All right, you just got a big mass of bushes there. Okay. We're gonna tease a little bit of light stuff in there. I'm gonna go into a little bit of yellow, just a scant bit. A little bit of that green and a little touch of white. We're just gonna lighten it up a little bit. Okay. Now, the white, the titanium white, will add to the opaqueness of this fella. And right now, you can kind of do little swipes so they actually look like little blades of leaves or whatnot. All right, I'm just adding a little more white so it can be seen because we're fighting that yellow up there. All right, you can go here in the darker area, just like that, but make them like little commas or something. And so you're really giving a little bit of light coming through those little yellow patches you see in there. Okay, just like that. And you can make them really leaf-like. You can kind of do little commas here if you want. Play around where the light area is, where it's peeking in there. You see that little yellow? And you start playing in there like that. Look what it's starting to look like there. All right, I'm gonna get a little touch of water, thin it up a little bit. Okay, add a little more white. You'd be surprised how much white you would need to really compete against that yellow and compete against the darkness of that bush. All right, some more water. If you're using titanium white, you're definitely going to need some water. Okay, and once again, I'm using the tip of the brush, and we're just gonna turn and press just like that. Get some of them in there. Now, do you have to just use this whitish green color? No, you don't. You do not. You can put other colors in here to make them look like little wildflowers or whatnot. Tease some more white over here, just like that. We'll come around here on the top. On the top, you might need a little more white or just thicker paint because you're competing again. But something like that up there. Okay. And as I'm doing this, remember you can fade this out. You can blend it out. Okay. You can take and you can just kind of tap it and tone it down a little bit. Up in there. Okay. You can tone it down a little bit. Fade them. See? They don't all have to be in focus. You can fade a little of those in there like that. Okay. Don't necessarily have to bring it all the way down if you don't want to. All right. Let's put some more of that up toward the top. It would make sense to kind of play around with some of these here on top, up here. Kind of pop them up there, just like that. Make them reach for something there. Once again, you don't have to add, you don't have to make them all in focus. You tap and soften them. All right, there. Just fade it out a little bit. All right. Okay, let's go for the lighter. We'll start up and go down. This is taller. All right. Okay. Let's take a little more. We'll use a little more yellow for this up there. Probably a little more. Well, we just deal with a little more yellow for it. We'll clean the brush off a little bit. I'm going straight into my yellow. And I'll add a slight touch of white in it. All right. And we'll come up in here and we'll kind of do the light stuff. So we'll kind of up in there. Okay. Just light stuff right on its edge. You follow me? Now remember, you can tone this down. Okay, you can pounce and just kind of blend it in a little bit. See? And you're just getting nice light leaf-like tones over here on the edge. So you're just playing around with where the direct light is more or less hitting at. Come out here like this. Okay. Tone it down in here. You can have it a little sharper there, but just tone it down a little bit in there. All right. And we're gonna mess with the other side here. Now remember, we got our darker tones to play around with in here. Okay. Come out here where it's a little, we got a little something playing around in there like this. Okay. Like that. All right. We got a few more bits and pieces. but where there's little gaps of yellow. Let's bring this down a little bit, and you can see them here. All right, and kind of play around in here a little bit. Come on out here. Okay. There's a little bit of love in here. Okay. And we'll tone some of that down like that. I don't want to totally tone everything down. Okay, we'll use a little more. This one's a little lighter, so we'll use a little more green. We'll tap some green and white in there. All right, so we go into a different hue of this color. A minute bit of blue in there, but you know, not really to write home about. In the dark areas, it's a lighter bush, and so you will kind of do it as such. And I'm playing around in between the lit areas there. Put some of those guys into the lit area, because you know you need a nice proper dark to show off the lit areas there. You follow me? Okay. And once again, I just did all of that and I didn't move the camera. Sorry. Once again, you take it and you just kind of tap some of that and you fade out some of it there. Okay. Wipe off your brush. Now remember, some of this paint is on the tape, and tape does not evaporate this stuff as quickly as the paper does. All right, I'm gonna come in here, add some more. Don't get rid of all of your previous shapes and tones. All right, you need that. Let's go up. We're going downward, and we're gonna go downward fast. All right, this is really nice, convincing way to just draw massive groupings of your shrubs. Okay, get some more paint. Really put it on there. Don't be shy and act like you're writing in cursive, but you got, I don't know, Tourette's or something. Okay, scoliosis. You got this brush wiggling all over the place. Think of it in terms like that. Might be a little politically incorrect, but you guys get the idea. Now, let's go into our darker green. We're gonna get some blue and some of this phthalo. We'll mix it together, and you're gonna have dark patches in here. I'm not gonna use much water. We want this pretty dark. All right. Just a little bit in the deeper corners, just like that. Just kind of pop it in there, here and there. It's going to be fairly solid down below, no matter what color you have your bushes. Get down below is kind of deep, especially in between the two bushes. All right, so I'll pop them in there like that. A little deep in that corner there. All up in here, play with it, because come up in here, usually right just underneath the bright stuff, put it in there. All right, see how you get interesting little pockets in there? Okay, you're kind of underneath the bright stuff. I'm getting a little more blue. I'm mixing it in with the phthalo. All right. Not much water, just thick paint right now. Come in here, take this little corner in here. Don't entirely block everything, but you know, kind of work some of that love in there. Come up in here, like that. Pop a couple of dark patches in here near the. Okay. Now have a look at it. Let's be a little cute. I'm going to take some of this. We're going to kind of put some of these little fellows in here like this. So now you got some little red flowery things happening here. Come on down in here, just like that. Make them kind of unusually shaped. All right, flare them out a little bit. And they look really good in between that deep blue and that dark green. It mixes in a little bit. You pop them in there like that. Interesting little groupings of it here and there. Because it's a different color, but it's a deep color. All right. If you're wondering what I'm spitting out is, I tend to open these paint with my teeth, and if it breaks, obviously I'm chewing on paint, dried up paint. So that's what you're hearing me spitting out. I wouldn't really recommend it. Okay, but as you can see, yeah, I got a lot of it. I can taste it. I think I just made a. Oh yeah. I'm wiping red paint off my lips and teeth. That's not pleasant. You can kind of tone some of that down. I wouldn't tone a lot of it down, but it helps. You know, give your bush a little bit of color there. Even though these fellows are in the background, but it kind of helps you out with a little bit of shine, a little bit of color in it. Okay, just like so. All right. So we'll do this for this bush. All right. And you know, it's pretty fun to do. It's not bad. It's pretty cool. All right, something like that down there. All right, you got all these different hues and tones working together. Let's just take the same alizarin crimson. We'll create our own orange. All right, so I'm just taking a little bit of yellow and a little dot of crimson there. A lot of yellow, a little bit of alizarin crimson. A lot of yellow, a little bit of red. Red is so powerful, and the yellow is so transparent or translucent. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like this, and I'm not gonna add any water to it. We'll come over here and we'll add some of this joy right up in here. Just a little interesting little dots of stuff in here. And you can get away with it because it's a lighter version of what we're messing with. Okay, and it looks good in the higher value shrubs. Okay, all up in here, and you can still tone it down. You still take your brush and you tap some of those edges away, blend it right in, do a couple of those. Okay, just like that. Don't rub, just tap it in there. Get some more. Remember, I'm working with a script, or just a liner brush, not a script liner. And we're going over in the medium tones. We're doing this. Okay, and you tap it, a little bit of that love in there. Now, once again, as you see me doing this, these guys are behind the lattice. Okay, it's gonna look pretty cool once it's done. All right, and just be mindful that. Just be mindful that you know, that you got the lattice in the way. Okay, which is gonna give a more natural look. So don't pay such hard attention to where the lattice is when you start doing stuff like this. But you can see the gentle tones and things happening in here with this as you're doing them. Okay, really interesting, really fun to do. Just enjoy yourself, have a good time with it. That's the main thing, have a little fun. Let's put some of this orange up in here, just like that. Pop it right all up in here in the top. Don't be scared to put some of this joy up top there. Okay, and we're right there, kind of in the back. You kind of light little taps. All right, keep them kind of, you know, just back there a little bit. Okay, all right. You really don't know the size of the bush. You just don't know yet because none of the flowers or anything are in here yet. Okay, all right. So let's play with a flower. We're not going to do anything super detailed with this flower because it's going to be behind the lattice here. And I'm probably going to put it somewhere over here. Okay. All right. I'm looking for a short 1/2-inch brush. I might have to dig one out of the archives because I don't see one here that I can really use that would make any real difference. I can use this long handled one here, I guess. I suppose I'll use this. It's all good. Shape him. Oh, we'll kind of round him off in here. This is just the general shape. We'll work everything later. Maybe we'll kind of have him come out there like that. Let's get a little bit more. I'm just popping where I want maybe some leaves, the petals rather, kind of show through it. Here you can be kind of clever with your placement, you know. Okay, so these are the outside fellows would kind of pop it in there like that. And kind of have him kind of cross over a little bit. All right, so we'll do something like this. Okay, I'm wiping it away. Okay, all right. I can probably play around and get away with doing something with that. So what I'll do is I'll take some blue right here in the center. Okay, really kind of concentrate it, make it a little dark there. I'll take some of this alizarin crimson and help it out right in here. Just really make it deep, and we'll kind of coax some of that darkness here. Here, make a simple flower. You don't have to really go crazy with the flower because it's hidden behind that lattice. So we'll kind of brush all that out that way. All right, that's the shadow, that's the deep in the inside of this flower here. Get some darker blue, kind of pop it in there, make it a little deep there. This is just paint, no water, no medium, no nothing. So we'll make these flower petals go out this way. It's all right, just like that. All right, okay. I cannot use a 1/2-inch brush for this flower. I could, but not really. We're gonna use a, I guess you would call it a 1/4-inch brush or something, but we'll use it. This long-handled guy. And we're gonna come in. All I need now, really, is just some white paint. I'll pull this white paint into that dark blue, lighten it up a little bit. Now here, it would be wise to put a little glycerin in your life right about now. It'll thin this paint up, and you're able to fade and maneuver and do what you need to do with it. I'll pull this glycerin paint in my direction towards me, and we're gonna just get some petals going here. Okay, everything kind of goes toward that dot right there. It's not bright enough, you guys really can't see that too well. I'll put it right here with some white there. Everything kind of makes its way toward there. All right, okay. Let's try for a little bit of outside stuff. So I'll just press and just kind of fade it that way. Especially right here, I'll just kind of press and fade that part there. All right, we'll do another one. We'll come here and kind of give it a little curve right in there like that. Like this, all right? So we got one here and one here, okay? I'm gonna go into this little dark blue, mix it in, get a different kind of tone, and we'll kind of pop those in there like this. All right, okay. Let's get a touch of white, and we'll lighten it up here, and then we'll kind of overlap it and kind of fade that in there like that. We're gonna go on the opposite on this one. We're gonna come here. We'll come here and add a little rough petal things in there like that, and then make it disappear. But here, we'll just kind of curve it. There, we'll kind of curve it and make it disappear. All right, okay. I want that outside to be a little brighter, so I'm going into my titanium white again. I just want this to be brighter up here, because it's going to give the look of the petals trying to reach out and get a little love out there. Okay. Brighten that up and give it a little turn inward. All right, we're going to go back into our blue. We're going to use some more white. Little dot of glycerin, not much. Go back into our white. Nice light blue here. Okay, that should be good. And a flick of the wrist, really. Like I said, these fellows are on the outside edge, and we're gonna kind of give it a little flick there, like that, and pop them in there, like that. We'll do a little bit of that love here. We'll give a nice strong push, and well, it needs to be a little brighter than that. It's still the same color, but I'm gonna show you. I'll show you. Little push and pop it in there. We'll come over here and kind of add some of that love in there. Push it. A little flick of the wrist. We get a lot of color. A little flick of the wrist, like so. Pop him right out. Do the same thing with that filler up there. You're playing around with a little bit of brightness up there. All right. How do I want this? Well, we'll come this way and kind of flick that way, this way, and curve it in. Sometimes they come to a point, flick it right in there, and we're gonna kind of give it a nice little edge in here. Fade that out, come to a point like that. Now we got one cupped petal back there. All right, now remember, these are fellows in the background. Okay, I'm just getting a little glycerin, a little paint, because it makes the paint flow. And I'm gonna buzz through this pretty quickly here. All right, so we got this, and kind of pop it in there like that and just make it disappear like so. All right. All right, we got something cute going on here, so we'll just give it a push and like that, give it a push and a twist. Let's turn it around that way. Turn it around, go this way. We're gonna add a little like that, and come this way. So we got this nice little petal thing going in that direction. All right, so it's almost like a cape. All right, and we're just playing with different values of this Prussian blue. That's basically it. Okay, let's play with something here. Let's give it a little push and go in. A little push. Now what I'm doing is I'm forming the top part of the leaf bed over here. Okay, and I'll curve it. I'll have it kind of swim around in this direction. Okay, come on. And I'm pressing my brush into that dark blue. It's mixing in as I'm pressing. Okay, and that's basically all I'm doing. All right. Okay. Now keep in mind, don't be too invested in that flower, because once the lattice comes out, a lot of that disappears. All right, but it's okay. It's all right. This teaches you that, you know, this teaches you to really paint through your paint through your flower. Do what you got to do to get it happening. Okay. Just like that. All right. Okay. We'll tease. Just for, well, this is just for me, really. I'll put a nice white rim there. And plus, you know what? A lot of the, you know, you can see some of the shine coming through the leaves there. So we can kind of play with something, make it look pretty like that. Okay. All right. Let's go over here. Let's lighten up that blue a little bit, and we're gonna get some glycerin. Like I said, I'm gonna try to buzz through this at a pretty decent clip here. All right. And we'll kind of give it a little push and go on in. A little point push there and press and make it disappear. Make it disappear. A little point there and disappear. I'm going to go outside here, curve it. that. Just make it disappear in there. All right, like so. So you pretty much know the light's coming from over there. All right, okay. Let's get a little bit of our deeper blue. I'll put it in with this medium blue that we have. So for this guy up here, we'll keep it pretty dark. We'll kind of give it a little push and go this way. Give it a little push. So we're gonna get a long flower kind of, or petal kind of pointed that way. Let's get that guy into a point and curve it like that. All right. Now we'll go back to the darker blue, and we'll get these strokes going. It's got to be darker so you get a contrast of in between. Well, we'll do it this way. Go from the inside, go outward. It's got to be dark in here. That's why I'm using this dark blue. We'll kind of darken that up in there. Okay, that's obviously darker in there, right? It's all right. Use some lighter color now, but not white. Just a lighter variation of the same color. And we'll kind of see this there, and we'll pop one in there. Let's do one here. Give it a little push and kind of curve it. Push. I'm doing little overlaps too, and you know, something like that. I really don't have to mess with this anymore. We're a done deal here. All right, we're okay. I can get a little rim of white. Not that it really would mean anything. It just looks good right now. A little bit of white and kind of pop it in there. It brings this guy out front a little bit more. All right. We're good there. Don't really concern yourself too much. All right. Okay. Not bad. That's pretty cool. Remember, this fella is on the outside. All right. Keep that in mind. Very important. Or not outside. This is in the inside. He's an inside. Let's go with a little bit of glycerin. We're going back into this green. I'm going to pick some blue in here, some blue and some green. I think I got a little bit of glycerin on this, I think. If not, I'm going to get some more because it still feels kind of tight. There we go. Maybe even a touch of red in there just to deepen it up a little bit. We're going to put some leaves in there. Even the leaves are going to be in the back. It's all right. You don't have to be too detailed with them. All right. All right, let's do it right from here. Let's kind of fill that out, and we'll just come out there like this, right to a point. This is a much smaller brush. Remember, keep that in mind. It's a 1/4 inch brush. All right, okay. We'll kind of exaggerate that like that, and then we'll kind of something like that, and we'll kind of. I don't want it to be in front of that, so we'll kind of aim it out that way. Once again, it's just something in the background there. So you got at least one here. Here, let me exaggerate this one a little bit more so it gives that look there. Something like that. If you don't see it too well, let me pull back. Let's kind of put a slender one right in here like this. And we'll just kind of pop it in there. Just like that. And we'll come on the other side real quick and kind of pop one in there like that. And just like so. Now you got two. All right. I really like that spot in here. So I really don't want to mess with that too much. I kind of like it, but you know what? It might disappear when I put the other floral in here. So we're gonna put the other leaf probably up in here like this. Right in here. We'll play around in here with it. Block it in here like that. We'll bridge that a little bit. We'll cover this a little, and we'll just improvise and give the appearance of that guy in there. Just like that. Okay, just like so. All right. Here, we'll exaggerate it a little bit more like that, and then sneak it up to a point there. One there, one there, kind of one there, like that. All right, so now you got three. All right, okay, let's clean this brush off real good. Now you got this orange, yellow background thing going on there. Let's take a little bit of white, take a little bit of this yellow. All right, really don't want to add red, so I'll just stick with the white and yellow. This is obviously for the lit side of the leaf. Okay, got a little glitter in there. Wherever you want the light side to be, since I got this brighter over here, we'll just light it up here. So we get a little push and come on in. A little strong push and pop it in there. Strong little push of bright color and pop it in. All right, just like that. Pop it in there. Let's get some more of that. And we're gonna draw a little vein right on across like that. All right. You might not even see that, but it's in there. Okay. Put little vein things come across like that if you would like. It's all up to you how you envision and see your flower, your petal leaf. Get some more white, some more yellow, a little bit of glycerin. Put it in there. Aim it towards you. Okay. And we're gonna do it all over again, but we're gonna do it from this side over here. Give a slight little push, drag, pull, disappear. Just like that. All right, just like that. A little flick of the wrist there. Okay, we got one more. Yeah, we'll just light them up from this side. A little push, press, drag, and lift away. Push. Now the reason why I'm doing it kind of heavy, once again, we're kind of, these are going to be partially hidden. All right, let's draw back a little bit more so you guys see all of this. All right, partially hidden, and it's all right. It's okay. All right, let's go into a little bit of alizarin crimson. I'll put it right here in this greenish stuff. I'll add some blue. Yeah, we need something deeper and darker. All right. Than what we have on there already. So a little bit more red. We'll kind of get a nice deep maroon here. All right, even if it's a little more on the red side, it's all right, it still matches. Okay, so we need a dark side here. We need a dark side to introduce that contrast, especially in here. What I'm gonna do in here, though, I'm just gonna block it in, block it in, block it in, it's all right. Just like that, and then we'll just come here, boom. Just like that. There. You see that contrast that happened that fast? All right, that's contrast. That rounds out your leaf. Come on in there, boom, boom, boom. Put some shadow in there, deep in that. Come out here, play around a little bit, even out here. And then when you come back around in here, boom, just like that. Pop it in there. Okay. See how it gives you that deep shadow? That's that contrast for that orangey color with that purple. All right. It matches because yellow is the opposite of this deep maroon. It's purple, and you got a little bit of yellow in that background, so it all works out. Come on in here, boom. Pop it in there. Make that shadow a little bit darker than its surroundings, and it really speaks to you. That's how you get your dark competing with other dark. All right. Okay. Guess what? We just did it. You follow me? Let's establish our flower that's in the back of this lattice. Okay. Some of you may even love the way this thing looks. Cool. You'll still see it somewhat. When you do the lattice, you're gonna do one side at a time. All right. This is a very thin lattice. Okay, but then again, it's a small paper. Look at my hand compared to the paper. It's pretty small. So, you got this fella right now. This is, everything is going to be in the back of these guys. All right. Okay. So, whatever side you put last is the side you're going to paint first. Lattice-wise. You got me? All right. Now, I can do a little bit of cheating, really, but I'll cheat in a different way. Anyway, let's go. Let's pull this off. Now, when you pull, it is you're pulling the tape and you're lifting at the same time. All right. So I already know what side I put last. That's the side that's going to come up anyway. Just like that. One at a time. I don't know how my buddy did it, and everything came off. I mean, his flowers, everything just disappeared and went bye-bye. It's like they just walked off the job or something. So I don't know how he did it, but I'm showing how to do it. Pull off, bit at a time, one at a time. Whatever you put, whatever lattice row you put down last is the first one you're gonna pick up. All right, and that's how you get what you're getting right now. This is how you and remember, I spaced them apart a little wider, and I'm using smaller tape, really. All right. If you can't get it from one side, just get it from the other side like this. Give it a pull. All right. I got one more. This guy right here. Now, what you're gonna do with the lattice, you want that 3D-ish kind of quality, 3D look to this. All right. There. All right. I'm gonna cheat though. I'm going to use a thin line of black. Now, if it was a little more dry, I would just use a black marker, but black marker and glycerin is not a good mix. So I'll just use a little dot of black here. This is gonna add to the 3D-ish look of your lattice. I'm gonna use this same brush. It will keep a pretty somewhat decent edge. I'm gonna use more or less just the pure paint. All right. I could add water to it, but I kind of want the paint to keep a pretty sharp wedge there. All right. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move my whole arm, but I'm gonna go only on the bottom, right here. You don't need it too thick either, just like this. And it's gonna give you that 3D look. Now I'm gonna add whatever color I'm gonna add for the actual physical lattice itself. But right now, as you see me doing this, now you got a shadow edge. You got a shadow edge on your lattice here. All right. Try not to make them too thick. At least try not to. Try your best. If you can use the corner of your brush, use the corner of your brush. This brush is pretty slender. So it is really up to you. And I'm using pure paint. And so a small brush and pure paint, it'll help you out. I load the brush, believe it or not, I load it pretty good. But then again, if you're just gonna use the corner of the brush, all right, then you know that'll help you out. I'm going in 2 different directions. I really shouldn't, but I am. I know this is the longest one, so I gotta be careful. And I'll just push a little more just to make it toward the edge there. Come here, thicken this up a little bit there, just like that. I don't have to stay on that forever. And the reason why I am using the paint, can you guys see this still? The reason why I'm using thick paint is because even on top of the glycerin, this thick paint will dry. Okay, but that's why I'm using the thicker paint. All right, come down the other way here. I'm moving my whole arm also. Okay. Now remember, I'll put a flower in front of some of these also. But like I say, you see the flower back there. That's because I spaced the spacings wide. These spacings are wide. Okay. So you can see more of that flower. You can see the shape and whatnot. You can recognize that there's a leaf back there. All right. Okay. Now I've done this side, okay, with the black. I can easily do it again, but I actually have to take the other side off. But before I do that, I mean, I could add it in there. I could, but I really don't want to right now. I'm gonna use this brush, as a matter of fact. Let's go with a little bit of what I probably don't have, or is too, yeah, it ain't got too, No, it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna create my own brown. All right. This time I'm using sap green. I'm gonna use sap green and alizarin crimson and a touch of white to give me that brown I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going into my green. I'm going into my alizarin crimson. It's gonna darken it up like a mug too. All right, a little more green. I want kind of an even mix of this stuff. And I just did not do it. I need more alizarin crimson. All right, there we go. Now I got this deep, funky green red going on here. I'm just mixing it with the brush. Okay. All right. I'm gonna add a slight touch of white, a very slight touch. It's gonna brown it up. It actually turns it kind of a weird, puke grayish brown color. All right. I'm going to use. I really don't want to use glycerin. I'll just use water to loosen up the paint just a bit because I want the paint to dry. So I'm not using glycerin. I'm just going to use regular old paint. Now this brush is wide enough so I can probably just do this in one swipe because once again I'm really focused on time, if anything. All right, and you just kind of press and go on across with it. Just press, and that's all I'm doing. Just press the color on there, just like so. You're going over the previous. You're going over the brush. Over the tape from the other one. But just like that. You don't have to make it very pretty. You don't have to make it very even because it'll just end up looking like wood grain anyway. What helps is that one, the water helps, and two, you know, having a brush about the same size as the lattice bits helps you out a lot also. I'm turning the brush around because I got paint on the other side. And plus I'm using water in this paint, so it helps it to kind of move around, but also it's streaky, but it helps, that helps actually for you, because it just gives it a look of wood grain. All right, but look what see what it's starting to look like now. All right, I'm just gonna get a little more water, loosen up the paint. One, it makes it kind of wood grainy looking, and I'm using a very tiny brush. You follow me? All right, hopefully once again that my head isn't directly in the way. I got a bad habit of doing that. And once again, this looks like it's paper, but it's not. This is actually canvas. It's got a tooth to it. All right. So I'm gonna have to end up making some more of this paint because this paper, I call it paper, but this canvas is really taking this and asking for more. And that's fine, that's cool. It's doing what it's doing. And that's no problem, it's all good. This brown, even though it's dark, it's not as dark as that black. So we're actually getting away with some things here. All right. But you need that uneven color stuff. It helps sell the image of, I'm just getting some more paint here. It sells the image of it being wood, really. Okay, so I'm getting that red and green thing happening again. And I'm gonna use just a small tinge of white, very small. We'll get it brighter on the pass with the other one. Okay, but painting lattice it's fun. It's pretty cool. Yes, I just dipped my brush into water. I'm telling you how. You don't see it, but I'm gonna tell you how I'm doing it. All right, I still need a little darker here because it's a little light. There, just like that there. All right, we'll come here right on this corner. Okay, and I'm just gonna pat it up in there, just like so. Hopefully you guys can see it. My head is not in the way, good. All right, I have not done any pre-made videos in such a long time. I kind of ran out of touch of doing them. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving here. I'm also watching somebody doing their tutorial as I'm doing this tutorial, believe it or not. Yes, I am. In case that person needs a little assistance, they'll text me and I'll stop it. You guys won't tell because I'll just edit it out of the video. Okay. once again, with me doing this and making it streaky, it's a darker brown. So it looks like wood grain actually works for us, not against us. So we're good. All right, there, just like that. So we're really working it in there. And the darker brown really helps sell the image of being three-dimensional. You got me. All right. And once again, we're just gonna, I'm moving my whole arm as I'm doing this. Now this brown is dark, but it's not darker than that black that we have on the lower left-hand side. So if you paint over the line of, or the spaces of this color, and you paint into the black, it doesn't matter because the black overpowers this brown. So it's all good. It's all right. Hashtag don't panic. You're good. You gotta be pretty straight when you come across this orange when we're contrast. All right. There we go. Just like so. We got 2 more to go. Ironically, even though we got 2 more to go, I ran out of paint. And it's fine, just mix some more. It happens a lot. It happens. It's kind of a tricky dance to get that good mix that you have just enough to do what you have to do. It's tricky. It is tricky to do that because you really don't want to waste paint. I'm looking at my head on my monitor. I do have a monitor, not that big TV screen. No, it's a much smaller monitor. It's directly above my, directly above the painting actually. It's hooked to the frame of the easel. And so all I gotta do really is just glance upward. I don't have it in the correct position because it looks a little dark. It's just my vantage point because I'm seated, I'm not standing. But I can adjust it, I just didn't. All right, we got 1 more on this side. The other side, obviously, is going to be lighter because it's going to be the wood part of the lattice that's on top of what I'm painting here. That's all. And it's lighter. And once again, just going to add to that 3D-dimensional look to the lattice as we're doing this. All right. But there you go. It's one side already complete. Now that I've completed that, and it's pure paint, it's going to dry. I've already added the black for the sense of depth in it. Okay, the next part when I peel this off, this is the wood on top of what we just did. So that's what we're peeling off now. And it's going to be a little bit lighter in color than what we've just painted. All right, and once again, it just adds to the 3D look of the painting. Keep in mind that I'm not using paper. This is canvas. All right. There's no cardboard backing or anything to this. It's just a piece of. It's actually what painters use just to practice on. All right, that's what this is. But if I do something on this, then it might be somewhat sellable. I'll just put I'll put a backing on it. But this is just really example stuff and whatnot. So as you see, I'm taking it off one little stripe at a time. Now you guys can see exactly how, well, one of the ways to do a lattice. All right. Okay. We're gonna use the same type of brown, but it's gonna have a little more white in it. All right. But before we do that, you know what we're gonna do. Yes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna add a little bit of black to that edge. I'm pulling the black towards me. I'm adding a little water to this one just to loosen up the black so we can get through this, because we still got another flower to do. All right, this inside or the outside part here of the lattice will be on top, right about in here, just like that. Move your whole arm. Don't move your wrist. Move your whole arm. Okay. And if you can, use the corner of the brush if you can. If you can, and you just give it a little press and just move it on down. Move it on down, just like that. All right. I'm just getting a little more paint as I do this. You have to get a good brush that maintains a very decent edge. All right. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now this is obviously a much smaller, thinner brush. It's going to maintain a pretty decent edge. Okay. If you need to, you can get your black paint to be an inky consistency as you do this. It's going to still dry regardless. I might have put too much on this one. Yeah, I did. And it's all right. I'll still keep on. We got a little curve in there. That's not good, but that's all right. We'll do something with that. Actually, I can just take some water. Take some water and we'll rub that out of there like that. You got a short window to do what I'm doing here. See it? It goes away just like that. All right, no fuss, no muss. You're okay. You are fine. The paint was too watery, but you got a short window to correct it and be done with it. I will tighten it up a little bit though. I'll straighten it up just like that. It needs to be. All right, we'll go back into our thicker paint. One thing about acrylic is kind of forgiving. You can correct your stuff. All right, move your whole arm just like this. Move your whole arm, go straight, one shot, bam, there you go. All right. I should have just stuck with just the paint and don't put water in it, but you live and learn. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I mean, it does work. It all depends on how much time you want to devote to it, really. But when I do these videos, yes, I do edit. If there's a little gap or if I'm mumbling some nonsensical stuff, yeah, it goes on a digital cutting room floor. Then we're gonna get some water, really load it up with water. You can definitely tell it's the lighter side. Easily tell it's gonna be a lighter color. All right. And then I need some more water, really loosen up this paint because I don't wanna play around. All right, let's see if that's loose enough. Let's see if that's good enough for us. It's definitely light enough, that's for sure. We'll start up top here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. There, just like that. All right, okay. And we just press on down. You can see how it does have the water in it, but that's okay. I'm getting it as close as possible and boom, swipe it away. Perfect coloring. Trust me, it is the perfect coloring for this. I'm just giving a good press, going straight down. I can turn this brush around and go from where I ended and keep it going, just press. This is literally a 1/2 inch brush, so we're good. Okay, we are good. This paint is watered down. All right, so when it dries, it does dry darker. And the black, if you cover the black like I did here, it's all right. It'll still be seen when the paint dries. Try not to do it, but if you do it, don't fret. Especially if you know a flower's gonna go there. So you're good. Once again, I am more or less concentrating on just covering all of this. Yeah, as long as it's watered down, you can correct it. And don't worry about the streaks. The streaks actually help you. It won't hurt you. All right. All right. there. All right. Now, as I'm doing this, I can feel my paint getting thicker because it's drying. Acrylic paint dries by evaporation, and you can feel it starting to dry. And you just add a touch of water to it, and then keep it moving. But once again, I can feel it drying. Okay, I'll add it so to get a little more water. But you can see the tonal difference, especially when it dries. Once again, just add water to it. I did not add water. I know I had like 4 more of these to do, but it's all right. All right, I'm getting a little more water because once again, it dries through evaporation. Okay. You figure that I'm adding this water is gonna kind of kill it, but no, it's not. Because one, you can go over it again and again, but you need it lighter anyway. So you're not really doing any real damage there. This top part is lighter to begin with, so you're good. And you can always layer over it again if you feel it's too light. But we're good here with this. Once again, a lot of this is going to be, a bit of this is going to be covered anyway with the other flour, but it's all good. All right. Okay. All right. And one more. Last one there. Just like so. All right. Okay. And there you go. All right. Now, for those of you who like to really be extremely detailed, yeah, you can put little wood paneling stripes in it. You can put little nails in it. Whatever you want. Okay. But you can see, once again, it's spaced wide enough to where you can see your foliage back there and all the details. All right, you can see there is a flower back there. There's leaves and all of that. Everything's back there. Okay, all right. Now, what color do you want to put for whatever is going to be in the front, and where you're going to place it? You place it wherever you want. You do whatever you want right now. Okay, you don't have to make it super large. Okay. We'll do a quick one here. I guess we'll do its basic color. I guess I'll just use I'll use the deep red. I would rather use any color but red, but it is what it is. I'll just use the red because I got it here, alizarin crimson. So we'll do a basic alizarin crimson type of floral rose thing, whatever. All right, here we go. Alizarin crimson. Where am I gonna put this guy? Well, I can put it up here. I can put it down below somewhere. Maybe we'll just do it something like this. I don't want to go. I like that yellow in there, so I don't want to do too much of the. I don't want to put all that. I don't want to get rid of the yellow. Basically, is what I'm saying. So we use the alizarin crimson. We'll just kind of block in some patterns. Now, yes, you can see the. You're gonna see the little bit of the lattice through it. That's all right. Hashtag don't panic. We can use a little bit of black, okay, and we can kind of darken some of that in a little bit. All right. So I'm using a little bit of black, especially toward the middle part here, just like that. Okay. And we'll round it off. It's still gonna appear red. So once again, don't panic. We'll go back into this red, and we'll probably do like, well, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Let's use a little bit of this yellow white. Okay. I think I can get away with this, and we'll kind of shell it right around in here like this. just like that. We'll kind of put a little shell in there, a little like that. All right, that should somewhat work until I get more and more into this flower. All right. All right. I'm going to need a little more. I think I got plenty of yellow for what I need to do. Actually, you know what? I always use yellow for a red flower. Let's live dangerously. Let's just use orange also. All right. Still gonna need a little we're still gonna use a little titanium white. All right, just like that. Okay, let's get with this. Let's put a little bit of red in here. Right up in there. We'll layer that. A little more red here. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna get a little bit of orange. Now orange is not the most powerful color. Gotta bump it up a little bit of white. All right. Light side is up here. Just like that. Just kind of brighten that up a little bit. Okay. Just like so. Brighten that up right there. Light source is over there. Okay. All right. Well, let's play. Let's just use this for right now for the inside guys and go inside like that. So inside petal fellows, kind of pop them in there, curve them around like that. Get a nice little curve in there. Get that bright kind of, whoops, I ran out. I hate when that happens. Where are you? Right here? Need a little more white there. Hopefully this will do. And kind of pop it in. That's a little too, kill that a little bit. I made it too, okay, it's too bright. We're gonna tone that down a little bit. Well, nope, maybe not. So I'll just I'll cover the rest of them like that then. We'll kind of pop it in there. And let's get another row in there. Oh, let me think here. Nope. Let's get a little more orange in there. Let's see if that orange will help me out here. Yep. There we go. A little bit of orange in there. There, like that. And pop it in there a little bit. Actually, you need some orange and white to really step that up. Orange is just not strong enough. You need to kind of pump it up with a little bit of white. And I'm using a brush way too big, but that's all right. We'll improvise. Boom. See, I can always go back over it and correct it. But I want 2 rows of petals in there. All right, now you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's add a rim of color right here. A little pop of color and come on out like that. A little pop of color. A little pop color, come down. We're gonna go on the other side and curve it. See if we got another, there we go. Curve it in there. It's not bright enough. It's not bright enough. You're gonna get that till you, especially where the light source is. All right, and you just need it really to be bright enough and curve it around. Okay. We pretty much got it here. I think we got that taken care of there. All right. Yeah, we're good here. And we'll come up around it like that. All right. Okay. So we pretty much got all of that bold thing going there. Now we'll mess with some of the petals here. I'm going into my orange. We'll just keep it over here. I'm going into my orange, but I'm using the alizarin crimson mixed in with the orange. All right. A little bit of glycerin here. It just loosens up the paint. I can kind of maneuver it. And these are the petals way in the back here, so we're just gonna kind of pop I'm still using a brush that's way too big, but that's all right. Okay, these are the guys in the back. Kind of turn it in there like that. Just like you want a kind of a color that'll help you stand out a little bit. And I'm just really just filling all of this stuff with the color. All right, pop some of that in there. I'll use my finger to get rid of some of that. Come in here. There's like that. All right, that's the guy in the back there. We're gonna use a smaller brush and put some of the finer, smaller leaves that are pretty much on top of that color I just did. A little more crimson here. Little crimson. I'm going back into the orange. I'll pick another spot for this. But once again, this orange is kind of, we got a little bit of crimson and the glycerin to kind of pump it up a little bit here. All right. We know where the light source is going to be, so we'll kind of play around with some of this color in here. All right, like that. We're going like this. All right, now we're gonna accentuate some of these guys because they're really close in color. All right, I'm gonna add a little rim to it here, color, and once again we'll highlight some of these guys. Let's get some more. It's a kind of a fiery orange that's happening here with this. All right, and they're a little on the translucent side because of that orange and the glycerin. All right, and that's fine, really. Like I say, we can kind of really mess around with some of this. All right, and we're going to we'll brighten some of these up here. I think I want to take this one and I'm gonna flip it around like this. I'm going up, 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 and we're gonna take that and we're just gonna drag it out like this. And we're gonna flip that guy right around there, just like that. Now you guys can't see that yet until I highlight it, but we gotta flip the petal there. All right, a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow too. Put some white and some yellow in it. Need more white, more yellow. Now you can add the yellow into this and it'll give you a great highlight, and yet the flower still remain red. Okay, I'm not gonna put no glycerin to it. We're gonna kind of give it a push, boom, a push, boom. And I'm just really framing that petal. And then I'm gonna come out here and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Add that nice light color in there. See that? And curve that right in. Now you see where it's going there. Okay. Oh, let's add some more love right in here. Okay. Just like so. Just like that. We got some more love. We'll put it right here. And you know what? Let's curve him too. Make him difficult. We'll curve him just like that, and kind of make him disappear. But we just curve him in there. Make him disappear like that. To accentuate that, obviously you need it to be a little bit brighter. Let's take a little bit of yellow. Let's see if I can get rid of this batch of yellow here. Nope, need white. Kind of pump it up there. Sorry, yellow's just too weak. It needs help. It needs some artistic steroids. I'll give it a push and come down. Give it a push, come down. Give it another push, come down. Push, come down. Just like that. Okay. All right, I think I really don't need to add any more stuff to it. I'll put a little something here and turn it in. Come out here, turn it in, out here. We're gonna turn it. It's like that. And just turn it away there. Just to give it a little something toward that edge there. All right, I don't need to really add anything else to that. We got the, it's got the little flower thing going on there. All right, let's get some deep color of, I don't know. We got a little bit of blue. We'll just use the blue and red and make it kind of a maroony color here. All right, because this is just the petals of the flowers. I think I got enough red in there. I'll use a little bit of glycerin to loosen this stuff up a tad. I don't have any more green, so we'll just use this dark stuff here. I used up all the yellow. Okay. We'll just do a flower. We'll kind of have it come out like this and come down like that. So we'll be out the way a little bit of the other flower in the back. And we'll just come on like this. Let's get a little closer. I was going to use some water. That wouldn't be a good idea. Really. We'll just use the glycerin and we'll just keep it moving. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. Talk about contrast. How's that for a dark leaf? Okay. We're gonna have one come out this way. It's like, somewhere right here. Okay, and then we'll kind of pop it in there like this. See, I'm really trying not to kill that yellow in the background because that adds to it. So we don't want to beat it down, beat that yellow down. All right, I have to pull back out here so that you guys can see the whole thing there. All right, something like that. Let me put the focus on it real quick. Okay, we need a third one. Odd numbers, the eye just reads it better. You got me? Okay, it does. Sad to say, but it's true. Well, let's kind of frame in that guy. We'll be sneaky about it. We'll come out like this, boom. We'll curve around just like that, and just like that, we'll frame that flower right in, just like this. We pop that darker color in there. All right, and right in here, just like that. Pop that color in there, like so. Okay. All right. Of course, when I did that, did you see any of that? Of course not. Of course you did. I had to bring it full, just like that. Okay, but it's right there. So we block that color right in. Okay. Let's see how pretty that color is. Let's add white to it. Let's see what it looks like. It's not too bad. It's a pretty nice looking color. We'll use that. Why not? Get a little glycerin. We'll kind of thin it out there. I can make it a little tad brighter. Okay, just like this. Okay, something like that. Fine. All right, and we just brighten it out here. Give it a little bit of pinch, press, it disappears. Pinch, press, pinch, or push that little color in there like that. Okay. Let's get some more lilac color. Put it right here. A little push, and come on in. A little push, go on in there. Push, pop it in there. Whoops, I pushed the wrong way. Not good. There. Get a little, put that rim back there like that. Just like so. Oh, we got enough for that last one over here. Push and kind of. And what I'm doing, I'm going a little bit past the border of the petal or the flower there. And that's all I'm doing. I can soften some of those. Some of those don't have to be. I just kind of pat them in there, make them disappear a little bit. Okay, just like that. I'll get a little bit of white. And we'll kind of pop one of those in there, come in here, just like that. Do another one here. All right, you gotta add the sound effects so it doesn't work. Now, you know the crazy thing is that you already have, it's already dark, right? But guess what? I'll add a little bit of radioactive glow-in-the-dark blue into it. I don't have any I'll just use orange. It'll turn it kind of weird, funky, weird green. Then we add some of this dark to it. So it'll be more of a traditional kind of leaf color on there, which gives you that contrast for the other flower. So we're actually contrasting the shadow side with a natural green color, because we covered it in this kind of purple. Look at that. All right. To accentuate that though, we're gonna make the lit side a little more on the bright spectrum. You'll see in a second. Just like so. We'll put that little tip there. Okay. We have to bring these petals out a little more. All right. Oh, what do I have left? I know I got white left. Do I have enough yellow to make a difference? I don't think so. No, but that's all right. Since we only need to highlight the edge, I really don't need to add any white to this. We're only highlighting the edge. Watch what I do here. Push and pop it in there. And I don't have to do every one. I can skip a few, just like that. When you skip one, it just makes it look like it's being secluded somewhere. Okay. And you really want the edge to have that little bright lip. It makes it stick out from everything. So, all right. And that's all I'm doing. It's making that color just pop out. All right. It's kind of funny because you're using color opposites to make it work. Orange and purple are color opposites. No, I'm sorry. It would be yellow and orange. But the orange work because they're yellow and orange. That's what I was referring to anyway. Okay. I believe that should be it. There's nothing else to do with this. This is how you do the lattice painting. All right. I think we're done. I'll use a script liner. I think I got enough white paint at least for that. I'll just sign my name on it real fast here. I'll put it on the other side, right about here. I think I can get away with it here. All right. Let's see. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. 22. I'm gonna have to sign it a little differently than I would normally use. There, just do it like that. That'll work. Like I say, it's kind of a practice piece, and not really too serious about it. I just wanted to show how to do it, and hopefully my buddy will check this video out in its entirety, and he can work with it from there. I spaced the lattice so you can see more of the flower. All right, you still see details of the foliage in the back. Okay, so everything's kind of working, everything's there. I did not add any wood grained features to it because it kind of doesn't need it. But what you can do, and I can probably do it with a Sharpie, this is up to you. I'll just do it because it's there. Pop, pop, pop. Put little nail bits in there, just like this. It really adds to your painting. Okay. Yeah, I believe I just about got them all. There we go. Just like that. Oh, wait a minute. Bam. Put it in there. Don't you miss one. They'll write you. All right, so we got those little nail pieces in there. All right, all of that kind of adds to your painting. All right. Okay, I believe I did it. I believe I got it all. I think we're good. All right. I hope my buddy looks at this and checks it out, and he gives it a spin on his channel. All right. He doesn't necessarily have to do the flowers I've done, it's really the process of putting the tape on. Okay, so he may have colored the background first and then put the tape on. I don't know what he did. I didn't pay attention that well. I was doing something when I was listening to him, or looking. I was doing something. But when I did see him peel the tape off, I wondered what on earth happened. So hopefully he gets to see this and try it out again, make another pass at it. All right, guys, I'll see you when I see you.